It's a simple question of a sane policy, which should be national, which should be based on justice, and which should be applicable in all its detail once the principles are accepted. If any government accepts the responsibility of teaching religions in the secular education, then they will open a Pandora's box which they will never be able to shut again. More snakes will raise their heads from that box. More problems will keep on cropping up and propping up. It's impossible to handle an issue which in principle is not advisable, it is not valid in itself. So I reject this demand. And the community, Ahmadiyya community, never makes such a demand anywhere in the world. Why? Because the religion has its own domain. And that domain is nondescript. It cannot be defined according to the number of the adherents, because in most cases the religions are followed very little by its so-called adherents. So the practical working membership is very small as compared to the total number of the adherents of a religion. And then there are denominations within that religion which split their ideology into smaller parts and segments and scenes. So much so that if one is the true representation of that religion, the other is not. They can't be held together simultaneously to be the genuine representations. If Catholicism is Christianity, then Protestantism is not. I mean, there's so many examples. Christian church was divided into 700 some churches during the history. And many of them have become obsolete and ultimately, they died out. But still there is a large number of churches. What will be taught by a government, even if a government takes up the responsibility of teaching Christianity? And if there are other students like Hindus, Sikhs, Muslims, Jains, Buddhists and whatnots, and atheists, why shouldn't they be taught their philosophies? So the question of teaching doctrine, religious doctrines, does not lie within the domain of politics at all, does not lie within the domain of democracy. It should be rejected on principle. It is for the religious denominations themselves, their organizations. After all, they earn a lot of money from their followers. Some money has been turned into real estates like the huge church properties, etc. And some are year-to-year earnings, like many Muslims here go for, with a bowl in their hands, go for financial sacrifices for a good cause. But they are quite rich and they can manage things for themselves. Why shouldn't they take care of their own ideology? Why should any government take interest in their ideology at all, when it is not even practicable for that government to take interest in the ideology of the largest number of its citizens, Christians, when they themselves are nondescript? Nobody knows how many are real Christians and how many are nominal. So this is an issue which is absolutely impossible to accept in principle, and even if you accept it, it is impossible to be implemented. It will create problems far greater than it can resolve. Now, once the government accepts this and starts making curriculums for Muslim religious teaching in the domain of ideologies and doctrines, the immediate reaction of certain sects would be that you have not represented us properly. You have taken this information from our enemies and you have not allotted us enough place in that book. And other sects would rise and say, you have not represented us. So it will be a rigmarole of problems which can never be resolved. Hatred will be generated, of course. All your educational houses and schools and seats will become the seats of hatred mongering in the name of religion, in the name of God. So even if you are impressed by the potential of a protest by a community, if they are not, their demand is not accepted, it will be good riddance if you face it now, here, and have done with it forever. If you accept that demand, there will be no running away from it afterwards. What is far more essential is the moral teachings of religions. It is that which is lacking. It is that which brings peace. It is that which is universal in its character. Even if you introduce Christian morality to the degree that it is understood by some scriptures, if you are stricken on one cheek, offer the other, no sane man can take exception to that. Why do you have done that? It is good. It is more sacrificial. So moral teaching of all religions is universally acceptable, because here the criterion is conscience. So I insist that moral teachings should be introduced because we need them so much. You may not have to give them any title, Christian, Muslim, Hindu. Rest assured that moral teaching will be accepted by all people, whichever religious denomination they belong to. Because the moral teaching of the religions is the only area of religious teaching which remains unanimously accepted, universally accepted. So go for that. That is what we need. That will bring peace. And that's what we need. Thank you.
MTA International, reaching the corners of the earth.